Last summer, most of the things that really were up for discussion or really made a huge topic of discussion was Kylian Mbappe's next destination. Kylian Mbappe came out and sent a letter to PSG that I'm not renewing my contract with you because in the contract of 3 years that he signed at PSG, right? So he extended 2 years on his contract, and the optional year that we're going to hit to make it 3 was supposed to be activated under Kylian Mbappe's orders, and was supposed to obviously verify that by the 31st of July 2023. But before even 31st of July really clicked, guess what happened? Mbappe wrote to them and told them that I'm not going to renew my contract with you, and that really created a situation of unrest in the dressing rooms of PSG, to an extent that they obviously left Kylian Mbappe for the preseason, where they obviously went to play in Asia. And today we're gonna hit to obviously get to know what his next destination might be, and a huge hint is being given to us by his brother Sandro Tonali. 10 months ban. It's one of those that I'm gonna hate to be proposed that he serves it after the betting cases. I'm gonna hate to obviously go into his disfavor. And lastly, we're going to talk about Ferran Torres, on how Xavi is going to hate to make him look better and better and become a threat of a player in recent times. So we thank God for the gift of life. It's a Tuesday, Champions League football is on, and we are here to obviously let you know what the world has for you and the entire viewers of this channel. So the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and we continue to obviously embrace you guys, because you are the reason as to why we are living here. So let's set this ball rolling. Let's see close to 100 likes much on this video as we obviously hate into this. Now let's start it off with Kylian Mbappe. A story coming in from his brother confirmed with us that he's a real football fan on the PlayStation. However, he always chose Madrid, his favorite team. That is what his brother Nicola went ahead to say about Kylian Mbappe's transfer. Now, Kylian Mbappe is one of those players that really wants out of PSG, but PSG are really holding on to him not to leave, and it looks like they're not going to get the amount of money they obviously expect him to get from him, because right now, if they are to sell him last summer, they're going to have to get close to 150 million pounds, but they wouldn't obviously sell him. Real Madrid never had the money to sign Kylian Mbappe because they had already gone ahead to spend 116 million pounds on Jude Bellingham. That is it for the side of Real Madrid. Now, his brother is still telling us that the destination of Kylian Mbappe is going to be Real Madrid. Remember, Kylian Mbappe had gone ahead to agree everything with Florentino Perez, but when money was thrown to him in huge sums, he obviously changed his mind. And the most important bit of it all was the president of France, Macron, getting onto his cellular and called Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe said, I have to respect the president of France, and that's why he stayed. So he is earning £1 million per week. That is Kylian Mbappe for you. And they gave him a sign-on fee of a very gigantic deal that everyone regarded as astronomical. So Kylian Mbappe is really one of those players that by the time he obviously went ahead to obviously sign that contract, to me I felt like he was groping in the dark, because how could you obviously miss out on an opportunity to go to Real Madrid? Because Real Madrid by the time put in a bid of 160 million euros and it was snubbed or rejected by PSG. But all his destination is one side, that is Real Madrid. A team, I think, was it Al Ahly from I think it's Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia, made a bid of 300 million euros to sign Kylian Mbappe in the recently concluded summer transfer window, and PSG accepted the deal. But guess who rejected the deal? It was Kylian Mbappe and his entourage, because they believe that they would play here. And the beauty of that deal was like, come 1 year, play in Saudi Arabia. After playing in Saudi Arabia, you'll be a free agent and you'll walk to any club that you want. And I think it was a very good deal for Kylian Mbappe, because he would have gone ahead to play for 1 year to exonerate himself from PSG, because PSG is a team that really felt like they should get a minimum of 200 million euros from the sale of this lad. Yet, no team on European soil could obviously afford buying Kylian Mbappe. So Mbappe is up, and whenever he's playing his PlayStation, he obviously chooses Real Madrid, and he's a fan of Real Madrid, and his destination is obviously Real Madrid. He has a very good connection to the to the president of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez, and they are keeping in touch, and they're obviously making a business. Now, for Khelefi, the president or the chairman of PSG, I really ask myself, what's running in his mind? That's my big question, because if you're having a player like Kylian Mbappe, all you have to do is simple: sell him off. If you get 150 million pounds in, it's okay, other than losing him on a free. Unless otherwise, Kylian Mbappe is going to hate to obviously give them a hint that they can obviously sign him. He's going to obviously sign a new deal and then go to sell to Real Madrid. But this is the last chance Kylian Mbappe is having, especially with Real Madrid. Real Madrid won't mess up with him again, because he went ahead to shame and expose Florentino Perez. Florentino Perez had agreed on everything, and he was willing to obviously sign Kylian Mbappe, and Kylian Mbappe went ahead to obviously extend his contract, because his contract was running down in the summer of, I think, 2022. But he went ahead to obviously renew his contract because he thought that it was the best thing. But to me, I think it wasn't the best thing. Would have gone ahead to obviously playing for Real Madrid. And if at all you want to be a Ballon d'Or winner, Madrid and Barcelona are really huge teams that obviously help the players thrive and obviously step on the podium. See to it that they obviously win such moments into their lives. So for Kylian Mbappe, his brother is telling us that he loves Real Madrid, and the question is going to be posed, because for me, I'm such an objective person that every time things come in through, I always ask myself, on the other side, I have to flip the coin and pose another question. And the question is, if Kylian Mbappe loved Real Madrid, why didn't he go there when his contract was down at PSG, and then he renewed his contract again for 2 years? That is really ugly of what he went ahead to do. So I don't think that this is genuine. It was all about money, and I think even if another team comes in with lots of money, he can obviously convince Kylian Mbappe to come in through and obviously play for the side of that side. Like, if at all Newcastle can obviously get in some good money in the Champions League, maybe they can obviously tell him, and obviously comes in through Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, they can obviously get Kylian Mbappe playing there. So that is it coming in from Kylian Mbappe. His brother confirming to us that his huge destination is Real Madrid, and he has been loving Real Madrid. And when it comes to the PlayStation or the console, the man plays with only Real Madrid. Now, Sandro Tonali is a player that is another culprit into the betting circus that happened into the Italian Serie A. Then he has been told, so we've been told by Mirror Football, that Sandro Tonali's lawyers are allegedly hoping to deploy the same strategy as Nicolo Fagioli's team to ensure their client avoids a lengthy ban for gambling. This was put out, and that was their aim, but I think it all went down in vain, and it is in the mud, because the latest story we are really having about Sandro Tonali is coming in from Alfredo Pedula, one of the credible journalists coming in from Portugal, from Italy. He has gone ahead and he told us that Sandro Tonali's season is set to be over. The Italian midfielder will be suspended for 10 months from football because of illegal betting. So it's not going to happen as they want it to be. That is it. Sandro Tonali is not gonna really have a 4 months ban like his fellow Italian, that is Fiugili. That is it. Instead, for him, it's gonna be it's gonna be a 10 months ban. And I would like to dedicate this story to one of the regulars on this channel who went ahead and always asked me about Sandro Tonali in the comment section. I've forgotten your name, but you went ahead and always asked me the latest about Sandro Tonali, and I said I always going to really address this issue when the final verdict is out. Alfredo Pedula was really one of the most credible journalists during the recently concluded summer transfer window, and when it comes to sources coming in from Italy, he's really legit. And Sandro Tonali is an Italian player. That obviously puts him into this level, into this ilk of really being known to his verdict by Alfredo Pedula. But where does this leave Newcastle? Newcastle had obviously started off this season very well, but that means they're obviously going to go back to their double pivot of Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Wellington. Sandro Tonali was really an upgrade in that midfield, and he was really putting in lots of effort. He's really a very good player, but 10 minutes ban is really huge for the club of Newcastle, and that means in the January transfer they have to go in and obviously get in more and more players. Are they going to go in? Are they going to go in for Scott McTominay from Man United? God knows. But all in all, it's gonna be very, very, very bad for Newcastle to lose out on Sandro Tonali. They had gone ahead to obviously understand each other very well with Bruno Guimaraes, and they really had a lot of movement because both of them can play as CDMs and they can play as number 8s, all box-to-box midfielders. So it was a matter of telling Guimaraes that stay, let me take on the mantle to go into the further position of the pitch, shield the back four, and vice versa. But right now, Sandro Tonali is going to be out for 10 months. That's it. So it's not yet confirmed, but it's coming in from credible source, and Sandro Tonali is going to serve a 10-minute ban for betting. You know, illegal betting. Though he says he was betting for AC Milan, his former team, to win. Looks like no player is obviously allowed to bet. In the UK, players like Ivan Toney were banned for 6 months and is returning in January. And we are waiting to see whether Lucas Paqueta also goes ahead known to get the ban, because when that story broke out in media, guess what happened? Man City pulled out of signing him. That is it. So Ferran Torres, lastly, has gone ahead and obviously said the following to us: that I feel very good now. Xavi gave me trust and confidence. The nickname Shark is something that has had a lot of impact. It is something that was very much in the direction of my mentality. I'm proud to inspire who is experiencing difficult moments. I'm proud to inspire who is experiencing difficult moments. He's one of those players that ever since he was signed back to Spain to Barcelona, he has been blowing hot and cold. The managers were not obviously giving him enough playing time, but with the injuries at Barcelona, obviously he had to obviously get in some good playing time, because when you look at him and how he has gone ahead obviously to feature in these games that have gone ahead to be played by the side of Barcelona, he's really doing well. The injuries of Pedri, Frankie de Jong, who else? There is another player, Lewandowski. They're having close to 5 injuries, right? Sorry about that. And Rafinha has gone ahead to obviously give him a go to start very many games in the recent past, and he has been really on fire. That is Ferran Torres for the club of Barcelona, and looks like he's the most experienced lad in that front three of Barcelona. So guys, your thoughts on Kylian Mbappe's next transfer destination revealed? What do you make about it? Do you think he's going to Real Madrid, or he's going to keep playing at PSG because of the players they brought in that are obviously going to build around him? Then Sandro Tonali 10 months ban. What do you make about it? And lastly, I call in for what Ferran Torres has been turned into Xavi, to an extent that's going to hate obviously hail Xavi. Rokani David remains my name. The living true God loves you and love him back. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. I sign out. See you when you see me, my mates.